It is a new year. I am eating cereal out of a mug. I still have the same story. I'm still dealing with the same problems. I'm still feeling the same things. I didn't realize I was approaching New Year's with this sense of anticipation that somehow magically all of the pain of 2022 would be left behind in 2024. I think going into 2023, I was more thinking, this is our first year, our first full year without our son. How's this gonna go? And then having got through that, I think it almost felt like in 2024, I should get a year off from pain. But I woke up on January 1st and of course I still miss Zach, and of course I'm still that poor woman who had twins and lost one. Like, of course that's still my story. And I'm trying not to feel bitter about that. But if you're anything like me, the relationship between feelings and faith can feel a little bit fraught. How much are my feelings supposed to impact my faith? And how much is my faith supposed to impact my feelings? This video is going to be a lot about feelings and faith and how they fit together. I'm currently reading through Luke's account of the life of Jesus, but Jesus hasn't actually entered the story yet. It's got to be one of the slowest read-throughs of all time. Jesus at this point is an embryo. Baby is the size of a poppy seed, and his mother Mary is currently visiting with her relative Elizabeth. But at this point in the story, we have a little musical interlude or poem thing sung by Mary, and I'm unclear whether Luke's claim here is that Mary just like burst into song at this point, or if this is kind of like a poetic interlude like pulled back in to describe how she was feeling in this moment. But I'm just gonna try and take it at face value. Alright, Mary's song, let's go. How my soul praises the Lord. How my spirit reads. Did it get to? Okay, for real, I'm gonna read what she says. Oh, how my soul praises the Lord. How my spirit rejoices in God my Saviour. For he took notice of his lowly servant girl, and from now on all generations will call me blessed. For the Mighty One is holy, and he has done great things for me. He shows mercy from generation to generation to all who fear him. His mighty arm has done tremendous things. He scattered the proud and haughty ones. He's brought down princes from their thrones and exalted the humble. He's filled the hungry with good things and sent the rich away with empty hands. He's helped his servant Israel and remembered to be merciful. For he made this promise to our ancestors, to Abraham and his children forever. And then it says, Mary stayed with Elizabeth about 3 months and then went back to her own home. Oh my gosh. Nice. Nice. You just want to help me, hey? It's you! So reading that for this video, the first thing that I noticed is that first line, oh, how my soul praises the Lord and my spirit rejoices in God my Saviour. And how when I hear that, I don't know if it's because I grew up in church or what, but it's almost like someone saying, hello, I'm here to do a speech about my religion. It's the kind of thing I often read in the Bible and just don't even take in what it means. Even though I've been in Christian spaces my whole life, it kind of still sounds like jargon to me. Would you like your cup? Okay, going down. But for some reason, reading this passage through for this video, it stood out to me for the first time that Mary says, my spirit praises the Lord, and my soul rejoices in God my Saviour. Oh, we're back. Do you want to play with Daddy's bottle? What do you hear with it? Suddenly it hit me, that language of soul and spirit, that she's talking about her emotions. She's trying to describe a feeling and experience that she's carrying in her very soul. I've had a lot of big feelings in my soul in recent years, and so this jumped out at me. It's a wrap. Yummy. My gosh, you're so cute. So I've been reflecting on why is it that when I read Mary's song, I don't hear a woman speaking about her emotional experience. I switch off because I'm expecting sort of a dry religious tract. I think the answer, at least partly, could be that I've grown up in a particular type of Christian context that's kind of suspicious of feelings. Maybe suspicious is too strong a word, but the language of what it means to be a Christian has always been described to me as like, it's a decision, it's a choice. It's about weighing up the evidence for and against the truthfulness of Christianity and deciding whether or not you believe it. And I think there's a lot of that that's true, but I don't think it's the whole picture. I think that's because when it comes to the idea of faith or belief, the language of choice feels inadequate to me. Like if someone came up to me, threatened my life and said, you need to believe that your husband isn't real or I will kill you. Even if I wanted to do that, I cannot just choose that I believe that. Like I could pretend to believe it. I could be like, yeah, okay, I've never heard of him before in my life. But I can't actually change my belief about that. I know too much. I've lived with him for nearly 9 years. We have a child. Hello, child. Hello, child. So there's this Catholic philosopher. His name is Michael Novak. And he talks about public, private, and core beliefs. Our public belief is what we say that we believe. It's what we project out to other people. Our private belief is what we think that we believe. But our core beliefs are the things that we believe even if we don't know that we believe them. It's what we actually believe in the truest sense of that word. And he says it's impossible for us to actually violate our core beliefs because they're how we see the world. In 2020, I heard my pastor at the time, Andrew, do a sermon on this, and I've been thinking about it ever since. The way you can tell what your core beliefs actually are is by how you live. What do you think is going to happen? How do you make your decisions? What are you actually afraid of? Yep. What are you not afraid of? Now, I personally have put a lot of work into trying to shift my core beliefs, but it's not something that I can just decide to change. Like I can influence them with the things I expose myself to and the thoughts I dwell on and the actions that I take. But a core belief is not something you just choose. And in that sense, I feel like it's a bit more akin to a feeling than a thought. Oh! Okay, big tangent. Why is this relevant, Hannah? I don't think that Mary in this song is trying to communicate a carefully orchestrated PR statement of her public belief about God. I don't think it's meant to be like a list of things that she kind of abstractly has chosen to believe. I think this is a window into her core belief. It's a overflow of her emotion about these things because she really believes them. So that got me thinking, what is it that she believes about God that's causing this reaction? So I looked through the song, and there are these themes of God taking a lowly person and making them great, raising them up. But the people who you'd think were the important ones are not the ones that impress God. I spent a bit of time reading through this song and trying to translate it into Hannah's Australian English to help me understand what she's feeling and how she might express that if she was here now. I feel kind of awkward about reading this because I'm gonna have to act a little bit, which is not something I know how to do. My heart feels so full. I can't stop singing. I can't get over this God, our Saviour, my Saviour, because I'm nobody, and somehow he's put me right in the middle of the most significant thing that's ever happened. The whole world will know this story forever, and there's me in the middle of it. God chose me to be the mother of the Saviour of the world. The power, the mighty strength to do that, it's not like anything else. He is not like anyone else. And that God cares about me. I mean, I know that he's always been like this. When I look back through our history, it's littered with examples of him showing this insane love and this just a crazy kindness to everyone who treats him as who he is. And with that crazy power, he's done so many amazing things for us. He just crumbles every cocky person's little kingdom, and the people that he actually raises up are the humble ones. He honors and celebrates the poor, the struggling, the ones that know that we're not much. He sends the rich away with empty hands, and he fills up the hungry. It's just like him, and he's doing what he always does. He's come to save his people and show us that insane kindness again. And that was his promise to Abraham and to us forever. I just can't get over it. Now, obviously, that's not the world's best translation, and I feel like I said the word crazy a lot, and I don't think I'm going to win an Oscar. But I was surprised at how easy I found it to relate to Mary doing that exercise, because I felt myself in the last few years the awe of feeling like the God that I've learned about kind of in the abstract my whole life has showed up in my life and done something amazing, even though I'm just some chick. And that he hasn't erased all the pain and mess of my story, but that he's taken it and elevated it and turned it into something beautiful. I struggle to work out how to talk about this because I don't want it to sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but I feel like I shouldn't even be able to function after what happened to us in 2022. And there's so many ways that I could be drowning right now. And the opportunities to go down those paths have been real. But I'm not only not drowning, but in a lot of ways, I'm flourishing to the point where I've been able to share my pain and my story in ways that have helped and encouraged other people who are going through hard things. And I feel overwhelmed with gratitude because I don't think that it was anything about me that's allowed that to happen. I feel like I only have God to thank for that. That his guidance and protection and direction at every minute step along the way has been the only thing that's got me to this place where something beautiful and good is coming out of what happened. And I feel some of the same awe, I think, that Mary felt when she was reflecting that this is what God had promised to her ancestors, and this is what he's always been like. In that when I was pregnant, I remember praying desperately that if I had to go through this, and if I had to lose one or both of my boys, that God would not let any of it be wasted, but that he would use it somehow to create beauty, and that good things would come out of it. And I'm still seeing that prayer answered now. So when it comes to the new year, I think probably the antidote to feeling bitter that death is still part of my story is choosing to reflect on the wonderful things that God has done, even through that situation, letting that shape my core beliefs until my soul praises the Lord and my spirit rejoices in God my Savior. Like until I'm actually overflowing with real gratitude. And sometimes that comes naturally to me and sometimes it doesn't. But we gotta try. Thank you for watching my first video of 2024. I hope it's been helpful to you somehow. And I really hope that even if you had a really hard year, that there are some things that you can point at to be grateful for, genuinely, as we go into 2024.